This podcast is brought to you by Customplan Financial Advisors Inc., an independent insurance managing general agency in Canada. FinancialPodcast.ca was developed with one goal in mind: to educate Canadians on important topics that affect their financial well-being and make it readily available to all. We welcome you to plug in and learn with us. If you have questions, please email us at contact@financialpodcast.ca.
Good day, everyone. Thank you for listening to Financial Podcast. In the following podcast, you'll discover that my voice seems a little bit lower, and I want you to know I do apologize. We were having some technical difficulties. You don't need to raise the volume unless you absolutely can't hear me, but it's not your volume. It was me having technical difficulties. Thank you.
Good day, everyone, and welcome to Financial Podcast. I'm your host, Darlene, and I'm really excited about today's show, the $1 Million Roundtable. You know what? Up until I started hosting these podcasts, never heard of MDRT. But as I interviewed more and more guests, they all seem to have this achievement in their biographies. And you all, as professionals in the financial services industry, have probably heard of the $1 Million Roundtable at some point. So when I started looking at them to see what it was all about, I just knew we had to find out more. So lucky for us, today we are talking to one of the executives of MDRT, Regina Bedoya. I almost said Regina, but it's Regina. Regina is the immediate past president of MDRT and has been a member for 27 years. Welcome, Regina, and thank you for coming on the show.
Well, thank you, Darlene. I am so excited to join your listeners and hopefully explain MDRT a little better.
Oh, well, I'm looking forward to hearing about it. But before we get into MDRT, can you give us a little bit more of your background?
Sure. I'm a financial coach in Southeast Florida. I've been in this profession for 28 years now. My market is the individual professionals, families, and women in transition. I joined MDRT 4 months into my new career. I was a banker before, and it was the best professional decision I ever made.
Oh, well, you know what? It looks like it has helped a lot of people, and I know now so many people that are members of it. So give us a little bit of a background of MDRT. Tell us what it's all about and a brief history of it.
Absolutely. So MDRT was founded 94 years ago by 32 of our peers. These were individuals who saw the need to form an association that focused on productivity, on strict ethical standards, outstanding client service, and competence in our profession. Since then, it has become the premier global association of financial professionals. We are in 70 countries and territories, and our members are associated with more than 500 leading life insurance companies, as well as many independent broker-dealers around the world. We are very proud of our brand, and MDRT membership is recognized internationally as the standard of excellence in the life insurance and financial services business.
Well, you know what? It looks like a really valuable achievement. And 70 countries. Wow. So how many people are members of MDRT right now? Do you know approximately?
We're still getting those numbers. In 2020, there were more than 65,000 members from these 70 countries. This year, we have reached new record numbers and can't wait to make the announcement in the next few weeks. MDRT's value proposition continues to attract financial professionals who want to take care of their careers, who want to develop them and take them to the next level while they're helping their clients achieve their financial goals. What is also worthy of mention, Darlene, is that MDRT allows applicants to become members throughout the year. There is no real deadline, except those who do it prior to March 1st pay a bit less.
All right. Well, that's fair enough. That's excellent. And I see that you've got a lot going on, but can you give us a brief overview of what it takes to become a member?
Sure. So MDRT offers a few different ways to qualify for membership based on the previous year's production. You can join based on a certain level of premium credits or commissions or total business related income. So 3 ways: premium, commissions, or income. However, having said that, production is only one of the requirements reflective of MDRT's commitment to excellence. In addition, members must adhere to strict ethical standards. They must always place their clients' best interests above their own. And they must do it while maintaining the highest standards of professional competence. Our members are committed to helping their clients with their financial needs so that their clients can be prepared for the future, especially when unexpected situations risk their financial well-being. As financial professionals, we have the responsibility to lead our clients to a place of financial independence and peace of mind. And we must do it with competence and integrity. And going back to your question, Darlene, about how to become a member, I would also suggest to those interested in learning more to visit our website, MDRT.org, where all this information is easily obtained.
Yeah, and you know what? I think that's what I loved, like when I read about MDRT on your website, was your commitment and your encouragement of advisors of treating the client first and the social aspect of it, giving back type of a thing. And I think that's excellent in an organization, one that a lot of people I think would want to be a part of. But I see that MDRT has launched an academy to aid financial advisors in becoming members. Is this something new that you guys have started doing?
Yeah, it's relatively new. We are super excited about the MDRT Academy. It is a fully digital association, one where the tools can be accessed from your own phone or tablet. The Academy provides its members with the resources they need to reach the level of success required to qualify for MDRT membership. According to LIMRA, which is a recognized marketing and research organization that focuses on our industry, more than 80% of new professionals leave our profession after just 4 years. Our business can be difficult, especially when you're just getting started. So the MDRT Academy is there to help improve those concerning statistics. By becoming a member of the Academy, you can learn best practices from the best minds in our profession. You can sharpen and develop new skills, and you can increase your production. This way, you can achieve the level of success required to qualify for MDRT membership. And to your point, it is a new organization. The MDRT Academy concept was field tested by financial advisors and corporate participants for over 3 years in a pilot phase, which has just ended.
Okay.
So throughout that time, members of this pilot had access to valuable resources and were able to provide us feedback that made this offering even better. So under the MDRT Academy resources, we have articles, videos, podcasts, and performance guides, all of it MDRT original material or MDRT approved. Academy members also gain access to MDRT members and other industry leaders and can connect with them through the app's community tools and during our monthly webcasts. I can tell you much more, but it's something that's worth pursuing, especially for members who are close to achieving MDRT qualification, but are simply not there yet. They just need a little extra help. And that's what the Academy is there for.
And that's what's encouraging, because you brought up a good point that, and it's common in Canada too, that it's tough to get past the first 4 years. A lot of financial professionals leave the industry after 3 or 4 years. In Canada, I guess in the US, it sounds like it's a worldwide issue. And it's important that these people, and especially in the younger generation, that they look at this as a viable career. So the fact that you have this academy and you have all of these options for people to learn from is just one more reason to stay in the industry.
Absolutely. Good point, Darlene.
You know what? I think it's a problem in a lot of different industries that more people might be leaving than coming in. So it's right now it's tough enough as it is. So the fact that you guys are doing this, I think, is fantastic. And so we've talked about some of the things to become a member and how MDRT helps financial advisors become members. What are some of the advantages of membership?
Well, as a 28-year member of MDRT, I can tell you with full confidence that the advantages of membership are many. And let me mention some of them, the ones I believe are the most important ones. The first one is a member's ability to learn from the best. Members have access to the expertise and insights of thousands of the best financial professionals in the world. These experts are established and have found success in their own practices by following proven and, more importantly, transferable strategies and methods for helping their clients solve their financial challenges. Access to these expert members allows other members to enhance their client service capabilities, to increase their production, and to remain informed in the ever-changing landscape ingrained in our profession. So that would be number one for me.
Mm-hmm.
Secondly, I would say it's the access to the MDRT's resources. The resource zone in our website is a hub of curated multimedia content produced by our own members, covering topics such as advising clients, practice management, marketing, and also achieving balance in our lives, a topic we refer to as the whole person concept. On the MDRT app, these resources include articles, podcasts, Q&As, and videos, which members can watch on their phones or tablets. Number three, I would say, as members, we're able to attend one or more of MDRT's legendary meetings, which feature hundreds of unique sessions and presentations. These meetings are for members only, and during the meetings, not only do we hear from thought leaders in different fields, we also hear from members who exchange innovative ideas to drive business, to navigate through disruptions in our industry, and to remain competitive. While our large global annual meetings are very, very popular, they tend to sell out. There are also more intimate settings such as regional networking offerings and the annual top of the table meeting where MDRT's top tier members offer their own niche insights and specialized techniques. So meetings, that's a biggie. Number four, I would say another significant benefit of membership is a member's ability to join a local study group to learn more from other MDRT advisors. I am particularly fortunate to be a part of a study group of 5 female professionals from around the U.S., and each one of us is committed to each other's success, and we hold each other accountable. I personally would not have reached the level of success I have had it not been for my study group's positive influence. And then finally, number 5, I would say, Darlene, MDRT encourages the whole person way of life. The idea that in order to achieve success in life, it is important to pay attention to how we spend our time, making sure we're focusing on attending to each of the 7 essential aspects of our lives: our relationships, our education, our careers, our own finances, our health and well-being, service to our communities, and even our spirituality. On a personal level, I feel very grateful to have been introduced to this approach to life 28 years ago. And this has inspired me to want to be the best version of myself. As others before me have said, I joined MDRT to become a better professional. I stayed on as an MDRT member to become a better human being. So I would say those are the main ones.
Wow, those are big ones, and I love the fact that you take a look at, or you encourage your members to regard their clients as, in the whole person, and that MDRT encourages their advisors to look at their lives as a whole, as they can, and look at those 7 different sides. And because with these organizations, you inadvertently sometimes end up becoming a better human being. Like you said, those are excellent quotes. I love hearing that. Service to the community. It's all so important, and being part of a study group, knowing that there's a group of people out there who are cheering you on and are there to help you through unusual or difficult times and issues that you may encounter. That's, it's such a good reason in itself to become a part of this organization. But as it is, members of MDRT, like I don't know how many financial professionals there are out there in the world. I'm guessing a lot, but MDRT probably just has a small percentage of those financial professionals in your membership group. What do you think sets your members apart from those that are not members of this organization? Like, how is it that they've achieved this status when so many others haven't? And I know that can be kind of a loaded question, so I apologize for that. But there's a difference, and I just want to try to help everyone understand. I want to understand what that difference is.
Our membership, Darlene, is very diverse, but I don't think they are particularly unique when you compare them to those financial professionals who are not members. I think the one thing they might have in common, the MDRT members, is that someone in their past told them about MDRT at a time when they were open to it, open to exploring a new way of growing professionally. In my case, it was my managing director who told me that if I wanted to make it in this profession, it would be easier if I joined MDRT. That was 28 years ago. And when I first heard of MDRT, I did not even know what it stood for. What were those 4 letters representing? But I trusted my manager, and I did what he encouraged me to do. 28 years later, I can't imagine not having MDRT as part of my life. And so I think it was a stroke of luck that he was my manager and he mentioned MDRT, and that I trusted him enough to go to my first annual meeting in 1994 without really knowing what to expect.
Good for you.
I'm sorry, I was going to answer the other part of your question.
Sure thing.
What makes MDRT members different from others once they've joined? Again, there are a lot of non-members who embrace many of the same qualities and core values that we do. But what I have found is that MDRT members are known for having high ethical standards. We adhere to the MDRT Code of Ethics. And we are committed to serving our clients to the best of our abilities, always placing their interests before ours. MDRT members are constantly improving their lives by balancing professional obligations with all their other obligations. And finally, MDRT members, I think, are driven by an endless pursuit of excellence. They stay on top of industry trends, and they're constantly looking for new ways to better serve their clients and lead their practice to the next level.
Oh, yeah, that's lots of good points in that, too. So going back a little bit, some of our listeners who are new to the industry and they might see membership as a lofty goal, what would you want to say to them to motivate them to achieve this level? I mean, honestly, you've already said a lot that I think is motivational, but is there anything else specific that you would want to add as part of that motivation?
Well, I would encourage them to consider membership in the MDRT Academy as a starting point. By doing that, they would end up with a roadmap to MDRT membership. I would also probably suggest they explore MDRT's mentoring program, which connects members of the Academy to current MDRT members. It also connects current members to more seasoned advisors within MDRT. This mentoring program is designed to boost career growth and to elevate the participants' expertise. We recently at MDRT revamped the mentoring program, and in its new version, which is integrated with the Academy, it helps mentees set appropriate goals. It tracks their milestone successes and produces meaningful progress reports for mentors and mentees. And by doing all of this, these individuals can ensure their continued success in our profession, aiming to qualify for MDRT every year.
Yeah, and you know what? I really love the idea of the mentorship program, because I think there's a lot of professions out there, not just in financial services, that could benefit from a mentorship program. And that's got to be key to keeping new financial professionals in the industry, I would think.
Absolutely.
So qualifying as an MDRT member is a remarkable achievement, I think. But once a financial services professional hits that milestone, what's next for them?
Oh, I love that question. I would say that achieving MDRT membership is only the beginning of what can be an amazing MDRT career. Once one qualifies for the first time, those members can challenge themselves to continue reaching new heights year after year. The next milestone would be qualifying for the MDRT court of the table level, which is 3 times the qualification for the MDRT level. And after that, the highest level is the top of the table qualification, which is 6 times the regular qualification. And we have thousands of top of the table members. The MDRT resources are built to help members continue refining their skill set beyond that first year. This way, they can keep providing their clients the best service possible while also growing their own practices. So as MDRT members, advisors can gain access to a full suite of resources and begin engaging immediately as soon as they join, whether it's by registering for an annual meeting, diving into resource zone tools within our website, listening to a podcast in the app, etc. There's so many different opportunities. Also being matched with a seasoned member via the mentoring program and so much more. In addition, I would say, Darlene, that to further refine their leadership skills and to network with some of the top advisors, people can volunteer as an MDRT volunteer. We have thousands of MDRT volunteers who are members, and they either help at meetings or are part of a standing committee or the MDRT Foundation. So there are all kinds of different ways to really develop once you have gone through that first year.
That's excellent. Once again, just goes a long way to helping financial professionals be better in their careers and help them continue to stay on that level and get to the next level. So many excellent resources you guys offer. You've had a long relationship with MDRT, as you mentioned in your introduction, as well as a successful career in the industry. What are some of the changes you've noticed in the industry as a whole?
Well, there's been a number of changes, obviously, and more will come. Recently, it's been the pandemic that has really shaken our foundation, not just our profession, but every profession. in particular, the way we communicate with our clients. We were not able to have in-person meetings anymore. So we started becoming much more skilled at these virtual meetings, webinars, spent a lot of time on the phone. This pandemic has also, interestingly enough, elevated the importance of the work we do. People are now more aware than ever of the need to plan for the future and to have strategies in place to protect against those unexpected events. There was a recent survey that MDRT did that showed that people who have an advisor during a difficult time like what we are going through tend to do better income-wise and in other ways than those who don't. They have more of a handle as to what's coming. Our profession plays an important role in the financial security of our community. So that would be one of the changes in our profession. Another one, frankly, has been the impact of technology in all kinds of different areas within our work. MDRT has spent a lot of time and energy exploring ways of introducing technology into our work. And they encourage members to blend technology with financial advising, integrating digital access and automation along with the in-person relationship that's involved with serving our clients. Again, another survey that MDRT completed indicates that over 70% of Americans believe that financial planning should be managed by a combination of people and technology-based tools. So technology is part of our lives now, and very much so in our profession. And then I would say another change that we've noticed lately, increasingly prevalent, is that more and more of the practitioners, of our peers, are doing more comprehensive planning. It's not just an area of financial planning, but we're looking at everything. Our work includes a variety of services in addition to the obvious investments and insurance. We look at areas such as family education, charitable planning, bank deposit services, student debt repayments, and so much more. So it's, again, very holistic, very comprehensive. And I would say the last thing, Darlene, that we noticed as a trend in our profession is the influence of emotional intelligence, the realization that EQ, as it is referred to, is a critical part of our profession. And it must be taken into account by advisors. MDRT, again, encourages members to develop their emotional intelligence so they can provide better service to their clients. One thing we learned was you can increase your emotional intelligence. The scientists tell us that the IQ, intellectual quotient, cannot be increased. You're born with what you're born. But EQ can be developed and increased. We can be more sensitive to our clients' behavior. We can be more aware of our environment. We can be more adaptable. These are skills that are extremely important. We can be more empathetic to our clients as they're sharing their challenges. And that can be developed. And there are many tools that are available to us. In this survey that MDRT completed, 83% of Americans said that exhibiting emotional intelligence is very, very important to building a quality client relationship.
Oh, you know what? I am so happy to hear you say that. I mean, I think you're the second guest that we've had on there that has talked about emotional intelligence and how it does play such an important part in a financial advisor's relationship with their clients. So the fact that you have placed it at such a level of importance, I think is just kudos to you, and it makes people more aware and is one more way to make them a better advisor. Sorry, and I think I sort of skipped the how the questions come out, and I'm going to go back on another question. And I know we just sort of talked about it briefly. You've been a member of MDRT, like you said, for 28 years now. What role does it play in your life, and how has membership helped further your personal and professional growth? And you talked about it a little bit more, and maybe if you could just expand on some of that.
Sure. Well, Darlene, as you can probably tell by now, MDRT continues to play a very significant part in my life, and frankly, in the lives of many, many MDRT members who have become close friends of mine. It has been a big part of my life for 28 years because I feel a part of a global community of like-minded, successful people who are open to helping me. And obviously because of that, I want to help others as well. They gave me a roadmap. MDRT and its members gave me a roadmap to the kind of professional life I want to live. It has encouraged me to want to be the best version of myself, and it has given me great satisfaction because I'm also able to volunteer as an MDRT volunteer. I started about over 20 years ago, just helping in annual meetings, helping with traffic, just guiding people where to go for their sessions and so on. And I've had many, many different jobs over the years until a few years ago, I had the honor of being nominated to the executive committee. And last year, I had the ultimate distinction of serving as MDRT's president. And it's such an opportunity to learn the importance of being a servant leader, of being there for others, of hopefully making your little piece of the world a little better. And MDRT's DNA is all about that. I have spent the year I was president, more than half of my time serving as a volunteer, traveling all over the world, not able to be as available to my family and my clients as I normally am. But I did it with such, pride, because you get to meet some of the most amazing human beings in the world when you travel. These MDRT members, they speak different languages, they eat different foods, their culture is so diverse, and yet we all feel the same way about MDRT. It's what made us who we are today. It made us better mothers and fathers, daughters, friends, all kinds of different benefits in addition to better professionals.
You can tell that your respect and passion for MDRT certainly comes through. And I can't tell you how much we appreciate hearing all about this fantastic organization. Are there any final thoughts you'd like to leave our listeners with?
Well, I would just like to mention one thing that we didn't cover, and it's a new thing that some might not be aware, but MDRT has recently established another association in addition to the Academy. It's called the MDRT Global Services. And in this association, we invite team leaders and managers of insurance and financial services organizations that are interested in implementing the culture of MDRT within their teams. It's been well received by those who have had the opportunity to be introduced to this new organization, and we're expecting great things to happen through that as well. So we have a family of entities, the Academy, which helps the aspirant. We have MDRT proper, which is there to serve our members, to add value to our members' career and their lives. And we now have MDRT Global Services, which is designed to help the management team, the team leaders, work in conjunction with their teams, which are MDRT members or aspirants, so that everyone is speaking the same language and achieving the same ultimate goals. So I appreciate the opportunity to mention that, because I know that many of our members eventually become team leaders, but then they need a new set of skills. And that's what this organization is all about.
Yeah, that's a fantastic recognition of that, because quite often people are put into leadership roles without having those sets of skills. So knowing that you you offer them through different resources and programs is, once again, one more reason to consider MDRT.
Absolutely.
Well, you know what, Regina, I can't thank you enough for coming on the show and talking to us about MDRT. I've certainly learned a lot, and I know that many of our listeners will have as well, and there'll be a lot of people, I think, considering this aspect of their, for their career.
Absolutely. Well, I thank you for the opportunity to share with you something that is so personal to us. And I would not be in our profession had it not been for this association and for the people who make it as influential and as beneficial as MDRT is. I really thank you for giving us this platform, Darlene. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're so welcome. It's been wonderful talking to you. And to close it off today, I just wanted to thank once again Customplan Financial Advisors for their continued sponsorship of this program. This is an award-winning managing general agency that's worth checking out at CustomplanFinancial.com. You can find the Financial Podcast and Canadian Financial Podcast on both Spotify and YouTube. Very soon we'll be moving to video, so make sure to subscribe and keep up to date with all the experts who share their knowledge. You can also find us at financialpodcast.ca, and if you have any ideas for the program or know of someone who would like to be a guest, please send us an email to contact@financialpodcast.ca. But before we sign off, Regina, how can people best get in touch with you or MDRT, or what would be the best way for them to start checking you out?
I would say the best way would be to go through our website, mdrt.org. And through that, there's an opportunity for you to contact our staff, and they will be able to direct the calls accordingly. If anyone needs to send me an email, I'm happy to entertain that. It's reginamdrt@gmail.com. Happy to answer any questions people might have.
Great. Well, thank you once again for coming on the show. It's been lovely talking to you today.
Thank you. Likewise.
And I hope everybody has a fabulous day.
The views expressed here are those of the participants and not those of Customplan Financial Advisors Inc., its affiliates, or subsidiaries. This is not intended to serve as a complete analysis of every material fact regarding any company, industry, or security. This presentation may contain forward-looking statements. Investors are cautioned not to place undue reliance on such statements, as actual results could vary. This site and podcasts are for general information purposes only and does not constitute investment advice and is not intended as an endorsement of any specific investment product or service. Individual investors should consult with an investment professional about their personal situation. Past performance is not indicative of future results. If you are unsure about what is the best course of action for you in your financial planning, then we suggest you consult a fee-based independent financial advisor or get in touch with us to discuss your individual situation. Our phone number is 604-687-7773.